guys, Quint Beastwood here again, and I'm here with Dr. Dwayne Jackson. So I've got a pretty interesting question. So this one is about the anabolic window, all right? So is there any truth to the anabolic window? Because when I first started in the gym, there was this stuff going around on all the, Facebook meme page, websites, whatever. And I was led to believe, also from some YouTube channels that I used to watch, that there was an anabolic window of 15 to 30 minutes where you absolutely needed to get your
So you're in that dirty old change room, scooping protein powder with all the pubes and like just shaking it up, getting it into his fast again, right?
Right. I'd have that shake ready before my workout ended.
That's right, exactly.
As soon as my last set.
Yeah, so I mean, the anabolic window does and doesn't exist. So a lot of the data that was collected back in the day when we decided that you had this 30-minute window to get your protein shake in was really driven by people fasting before their workouts. And I'll tell you right now that you do have an anabolic window after you've been fasting for 12, 16 hours and then you go train. You better get food into you as soon as possible. But if you're eating a normal diet, and if your diet's constructed so that you have a pre-workout meal that contains 40 to 50 grams of protein, high in animal proteins and whatnot, or even if you're just having a Pro HD shake before you train, then you're going to be dragging those amino acids through that whole workout window and well into the recovery phase. So really, at the end of the day, if your diet's constructed properly, your workouts and recoveries are constructed properly, then you've got several hours after your training session to get that food in. And it's not something you need to really got to be 30 minutes or else your whole workout's wasted.
It's going to shock a lot of people.
The shocker.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on, so what would you say is the most beneficial thing to have immediately post-workout?
Immediately post-workout, best thing to take in is a scoop, big heaping scoop or 2 scoops of a high quality whey isolate like our Pro HD and 5 to 10 grams of L-glutamine.
Okay, and why? What's the benefit of the glutamine?
So having those essential amino acids from the whey protein help with kind of driving that anabolic response after the catabolic stimulus of the workout. But the glutamine actually helps with a whole bunch of other things in terms of inflammation, gut health, and as well as repair in that post-workout window.
I've got another question for you, and this one is, I believe it's a really popular one because not everybody is like me and lives this boring lifestyle where they eat 6 meals a day and don't do anything on the weekend. A lot of people like to get jiggy on the weekend, all right? Like to go out to a club, like to have a good time. So for somebody whose goal is to be fit, to build muscle, and maybe even to be a bodybuilder, what's the problem with having alcohol in their diet, or is there one?
Don't drink alcohol if you're serious about your sport. Really, at the end of the day, alcohol provides very little benefit, especially since it's such an addictive substance that over time, many people that think they have it under control, with their 1 or 2 drinks, 1 or 2 nights a week, they end up having binges throughout the year. Couple problems with alcohol. First off, if you're a bodybuilder, there's great data showing, especially in males, if you go to the gym to get a nice pump before you hit the patio, you'll actually, when you hit the patio and you binge drink, you'll actually be shutting down mTOR by 40%, which is the driver for muscle protein synthesis, which is what we're all trying to achieve when we're doing the things we do in bodybuilding. So it's really counterproductive in bodybuilding. Yeah. Second, drinking in any copious amount. By copious amount, I mean 5 drinks within 2 hours for a male, about 4 to 5 drinks for a female, depending on their body size. If you're consuming that much, you're also going to be dealing with dehydration, lack of control over your diet, right? So there's nothing like going to the bar, pounding back 1,000 or 1,500 calories worth of drinks, which is really easy considering a shot of alcohol has 100 calories. And then hitting the shawarma hut, or the street meat and pounding back another 1,500 calories before you go to bed, because alcohol is the first thing your body's going to burn off. And so everything else that you have laying around your body, if it's not getting metabolized for muscle protein synthesis because we've knocked that down, or anything else, then it's going to get stored. And that's what we're not trying to achieve. It's not getting stored as muscle.
Damn, okay. So
So really, I mean, in terms of, and if you want to go on, those are direct effects. Sleep gets hampered, so now you're going to be dealing with sleep deprivation. You're going to be knocking down your magnesium levels, because as you dehydrate, you're going to be losing minerals, and so over time you're not just losing water, but you're also losing some essential minerals. And magnesium is actually utilized to kind of take care of all the poison aspect of the alcohol in your system. So binge drinking's out. If you're having 1-2 glasses of wine a couple nights a week, it'll do more health than bad, but just make sure you don't see it creep up over time.
And if somebody were to go out and let's say, they felt like they absolutely needed to release a break.
See your counselor.
Like, how long would those effects last? Like, when would their body get back to normal? Because I'll speak from my experience. When I was a partier, like 7 years ago, I would work out, and I'd party on the weekend, and it would take me like 4 or 5 days before I felt like myself again.
Yeah, and it depends on how much you drink and how well your body tolerates it. If if your liver functions, if you're using your liver to take care of all the food you're consuming and everything else, then it's getting taxed already, especially in a bodybuilder's lifestyle. So adding in alcohol just kind of compounds problems and doesn't really add anything to the game. So really, at the end of the day, alcohol consumption's a choice. And if it's not a choice, then it's an addiction. So either way, you want to make sure you have this thing under control, especially if you want to be an athlete.
I got to send this to one of my clients. I'm playing.
And it's funny. I mean, I was 13 years in university, so I know what getting jiggy with it feels
Oh yeah,
because I did my fair share of that in university. I'll tell you.
You have to. Yeah. It's more acceptable when you're in school.
Oh yeah, it's wicked too, because it doesn't matter how long you're in school for. Like, I was in school till I was 34, and, from 19, and it's pretty funny because if you're it doesn't matter, because if you're in school, you're just partying and being a student, right?
Yeah.
But then when you transition from at 34 to being a professor at 35,
yeah,
and you keep doing it, it's a totally different ballgame. I've been there.
Wow, that's crazy. So you're actually a doctor, right?
Yeah, I got my PhD.
That's crazy. They used to call me Dr. Beastwood. Yeah, I don't know why,
good.
but yeah.
Well, you look pretty smart.
Yeah, I think I look kind of studious.
Yeah, you do.
I used to have glasses too, so.
Yeah, well, that would do it for sure.
But yeah, thank you. I think that was really helpful. A lot of the answers most of the answers you gave, the depth that you gave with those answers, like, I didn't know all those things. So,
well, I'm glad I could provide some education today.
Yeah,
with
thank
Sweat
you.
Pot.
And I know, I know that you give your Instagram handle so that people can reach out to you, and I might be one of those people that have questions.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, reach out to me anytime. Anything about health, I am the health specialist here at Team HD. Look for me on Instagram at DRDN Jackson.